Guys, magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat. Ang pag-uusapan po natin ngayon ay parte sa pandemic experience. No? Ito po yung data at ito po yung paliwanag ni Dr. John Lee Kaagay.
Have developed a natural antibody to fight the virus, and that makes their immune system stronger and better and able to fight the infection. So now, how important is our DXN products compared to this coronavirus? So let's go to the next slide. What are the lessons that we are going to learn from this COVID experience as DXN members? So number one, first lesson is we cannot overemphasize the importance of health preparedness over disease outbreaks. Why? You see, it comes to us, people, that we forget about our health. We don't take care of our health until the time that we feel the symptoms. And that is bad practice. Supposed to be, we are taught, even in DXN, even in gynotherapy, we are taught that we have to take care of our bodies every day so that we will not get sick. Always be prepared. That is what we mean with what I mean when we say health preparedness. You are always prepared. Your immune system is always strong and remains strong enough so that you will not get sick despite of outbreak or pandemic. The second lesson that we will learn from COVID-19, the next slide please. The second lesson from COVID-19 is that your way of life may change suddenly when your health is in compromise. What do I mean? Sometimes people think they are healthy, but they don't know how healthy they are. Some people are just relatively healthy, but not truly healthy. So when pandemic like this, like COVID, come to us, we easily get sick because our bodies were not prepared. As I've said in first lesson, we were not prepared. We did not prepare our body to fight the compromise, which is the pandemic. So when this compromise comes in, when the pandemic comes in or any disease comes in, our way of life changes. And those people who have sudden change in their way of life find it difficult to fight the disease. But people who have prepared with a healthy body because they took the supplements well and they have a good lifestyle practice, they find that there is no problem in their way of life and they can still go on with their way of life. Now, the third lesson, that's the next slide, please. In the third lesson from the pandemic that we will learn is this. A strong and healthy immune system may be your best defense against pandemic. If you see, as I told you earlier, the recovery rates are going up now. The recovery rates from COVID-19 are better now than the infection rates because many have developed a strong immune system to fight back on the disease. Now, most people will ask, how about now? We are scared because there is no vaccine yet. Now, I'll tell you, vaccine will come really later on. There is some that it will take 1 year. Some say that a good vaccine will take 5 years to develop. So what shall we do if you don't have a vaccine? You have to maintain a strong immune system. Your immune system is your number one primary defense against any sickness. If you have a strong immune system and you are practicing a good lifestyle, then you will not get sick. So those are the lessons from our COVID-19 pandemic experience. Now, let's go. How can DXN help in this pandemic? We have 4 observation theories in DXN. And how are these observation theories in DXN helpful? So let's check on the observation theories. Let's start with observation theory number 1. Observation theory number 1 says disease is caused by toxins and microorganisms that get into our body. Okay? How do these toxins and poison get into our body? It's because of the food that we eat, the water we drink, and of course the environment we live in. When you live in an environment filled with pollution, then more chances are you will get sick. If we are eating the wrong kind of food, if we are taking in the wrong kind of beverages into our body and water, if we take in dirty water into our body, then we get sick. Now, but what is more important here is letter B. If you see letter B, it says imbalances. Disease is caused by imbalances of nutrition and body chemistry. How does this imbalance come in? Again, it's because of letter A. We don't eat the right food. Number 2, we don't drink the right kind of water. And number 3, it's about our health. As I've said, disease is caused by number 2, most important is the imbalance. When we eat the wrong kind of food, and if we drink the wrong kind of beverages, and we are exposed to pollution, so much pollution, imbalance comes into our body. And when imbalance comes to our body, our immune system becomes weak. And when we become weak, we get sick. That's our problem. That's why there are a lot of people who get easily infected with COVID. It's because of imbalance in their body, number 1, of nutrition and chemical. Now, observation theory number 2. Let's go to observation theory number 2. Observation theory number 2 in DXN says nutritional supplements have a more important role than medicine in disease prevention. So why is nutrition more important than medicine? You see, our body needs nutrition to live. Our cells and our body, we need nutrition, not medicine, to live. We need nutrition to support ourselves. We need nutrition for the right energy for our body. When we feed our body with the right or correct nutrition, we will be healthy, we will be strong, and we will not have disease. But if we do not supply our body with healthy food plus supplements, then we will get sick. And perhaps we will be one of those who will be victim of COVID-19. Now, observation theory number 3. Observation theory number 3 says that the Herxheimer reaction or the cleansing crisis that some of us may feel. If you are the first time to use DXN product, you might have this feeling, a funny feeling, that you say, I don't want to use DXN product anymore because I feel something bad is happening in my body. You are undergoing what we say a cleansing crisis. And this Herxheimer reaction or cleansing crisis is what you feel because your body starts to adjust now. It means your immune system is starting to work. When you feel the cleansing crisis, it gives you a signal that the body is again trying to fight. And your body is preparing itself to defend against any disease or other outbreak. So don't be afraid of the cleansing crisis. Because if you have a cleansing crisis, it just tells you that it will go away. The cleansing crisis will go away. But it will prepare your body for a very good defense, a better defense to fight COVID-19. Now, the last observation theory number 4, it says you have to take your supplements regularly. Some people will just take their supplements 1 day, 2 days, and then they stop. and after 1 week they take again. That is not good. You need regular supplementation. Why? Because your body needs supplements regularly. Your body needs nutrition every day regularly. If you fail to take your supplements and eat good food every day, what happens? Your body will lack the nutrition it needs. And when your body will lack nutrition it needs, the immune system will become weak once again. And when the immune system becomes weak once again, your immune system will not be able to fight. That's why you have to take your supplements regularly, so that your immune system will always be in the condition to fight any disease. Okay, so what are the supplements from DXN that we think can be good to fight the COVID-19? So let me share just a few for me as a doctor, which I think are very important supplements that we should take from as DXN members, so that we will not get sick of COVID. Number one, we'll start.
Ito, marami pong nagtatanong itong RG at saka GL. Kung ano pong benepisyo ito sa ating kalusugan.
With our main product, RGGL. From Ganoderma lucidum, we know this is the king of herbs, the king of the mushrooms, the king of balancers. Why do we call it as king of balancers? As we know, reishi gano and ganocelium, they have a lot of polysaccharides and triterpenes and ganoderic essence that will keep our immune system functioning normally. It corrects the imbalance. As I've said earlier, what is the cause of disease? Sometimes it's the imbalance. So how can we balance? We take our GGL so that we will have balance. That balance will help correct our immune system malfunction. And that if our immune system is corrected, our immune system becomes strong, our body is prepared to fight any disease. That's why you have to take your RGGL every day. Next product I think is spirulina. Sorry. Let me show you first a study. This is from the New York Academy of Science study, which tells us how good spirulina is. It's about anti-aging. It's an article about anti-aging, but actually it says here, if you see, the stem cells are replaced. Our own stem cells, when it dies. But when we take in RG and GL together, we reproduce our stem cells. The RG and GL help our body to reproduce new stem cells, so that these new stem cells will bring homeostasis. Homeostasis is a scientific term for balance. So when you see that word homeostasis, that means balance. So RGGL will give you balance, and then will make your cells younger. It will give you more younger cells. And when you have more younger cells, your immune systems become strong and you are able to fight disease. Okay, now let's go to the next, which is spirulina.
Ito po yung spirulina capsule. So, marami po sa akin nagtatanong sa mga kaibigan kung ano pong benepisyo nito. So, ito po yung paliwanag ni Dr.
Spirulina, why do we need spirulina in this time of COVID? You know, number one is that we know that COVID affects the lungs and the respiratory system. So we must keep our respiratory system strong. And by taking spirulina, it will help to improve our airflow to the lung. It will help improve our airflow to the lung. It will help increase our respiratory volume capacity. You know, what COVID does, it blocks our respiratory system so that we cannot breathe properly. There are a lot of blockage in the lungs, mucus blockage in the lungs, and there is not a lot of blood that goes into the lungs, and so the respiratory volume is decreased. But spirulina, when you take spirulina, spirulina will help to increase our volume capacity. So when there is increased volume capacity, there is more air flowing into the lungs, and the lungs is kept healthy, and we can breathe easily. We won't have the hard time to breathe. Next slide, please. So the next is cordyceps. Cordyceps is also very important to us because cordyceps is the number one food supplement that helps us in our lungs and respiratory system. But before that, it has vanadium. How important is vanadium? We know that one of the reasons why a lot of people died, of COVID-19 is because of the what we call comorbid conditions. What are these comorbid conditions? Like hypertension or high blood pressure, diabetes, and other things. A lot of comorbid conditions. But cordyceps has vanadium. If you're a diabetic, you are at high risk of having COVID-19, to be infected with COVID-19. So you should protect yourself, and you should protect yourself with cordyceps because cordyceps has vanadium. Vanadium helps to fight diabetes. And if your body is able to fight diabetes, then you're sure that the risk will be lower for you against COVID. Now, the cordyceps also has cordycepin. Cordycepin is a compound in cordyceps that help in the healing process of the lung tissues. You see, the COVID infection attacks our lung cells, and so our lung cells will die. But our lung cells will reproduce and heal once we take cordyceps. Why? Because cordyceps has a nutritional value that contains cordycepin, and this cordycepin helps to revive and produce healthy lung tissues. So it helps in the healing process of our lung tissues and cells. So I'll show you another study with regards to cordyceps, I think. Yes. It shows here the effectivity of vanadium not only for diabetes, but also depression. You see, in this time of COVID, people are afraid to die. And people are afraid of going out because they might be infected with COVID. And being in your house all the time, being imprisoned in your house all the time, will bring anxiety and depression. But when you take your cordyceps that contains vanadium, your cordyceps will help you to be mentally fit and mentally healthy. And you will be able to fight not only COVID, but also diabetes and also depression. So let's go to the third product. The third product we have is actually
Ito po yung dexin-androgy. So, ito po yung tinatawag na paniculata o serbentina. So, binalita po ito sa Salamat Doc sa ABS-CBN News noon, nung kasagsagan ng pandemya. So, ano-ano po ba yung benepisyo po nito sa ating kalusugan? So, ito po yung paliwanag ni Dr. Vic Jan Kaagbay. Doc?
androgy from Andrographis paniculata. Now, fever is a problem with COVID. And so if we have fever, some people will take paracetamol and Tylenol. But actually, that's a problem because too much paracetamol will have a side effect in our body. Too much ibuprofen or acetaminophen will cause bleeding in the body. So we don't like the side effect. That's why we offer you a better one, a natural remedy, which is androgy. Androgy is helpful in balancing our body temperature. Therefore, it helps to correct the fever. Now, it also balances our immune system cell defense against virus and bacterial infection. So when you take androgen, you're trying to fight the virus. If you don't take androgen, then you are have a high risk of having the virus. So before you get the virus, better protect yourself with androgen. Of course, androgen also helps balance the liver enzymes so that you will be protected from the disease. So next slide, please. The next product I think is Rosel. Now, we need a lot of vitamin C. And Rosel is one product I am proud of in DXN, which has a lot of vitamin C. Now, it provides you with a lot of vitamin C. Now, some people think that vitamin C is just uh, ascorbic acid. No, there are varieties of vitamin C that I will show you later on. Rosel also will help you to fight in your hypertension, which is uh, another comorbid condition that will increase your risk of being infected with COVID. So you have to support your body because Rosel has flavonoids, and these flavonoids help to control your blood pressure. It controls or help to control, normalize your blood pressure. And the third one is Rosel is rich in omega-3 or fatty acids. These fatty acids, omega-3, will help your brain to function normally. So more fatty acids for the brain, your brains will function normally, you can think normally, and you will have no risk of depression or anxiety in the time of COVID. Now, to emphasize more about vitamin C in Rosel, I will show you the next slide. As I've said, some people think that vitamin C is just ascorbic acid. But no, there are a lot of varieties of vitamin C. And Rosel, and, which is Hibiscus sabdariffa, Rosel, has varieties of vitamin C. In fact, it has 5 varieties of vitamin C. We have malic acid, which is a type of vitamin C that we can find in apple. We have the citric acid that we can find from citrus fruits like the landan or oranges. We have tartaric acid, another kind of vitamin C that we can see from grapes. And we have hydroxycitric acid that we can get from avocados. It's a type of vitamins also. And of course, ascorbic acid, the one that we only know. So don't think of ascorbic acid as the only vitamin C that we have. We have variety of vitamin C. Why is Rosel better than other vitamin Cs? Because Rosel contains 5 varieties of vitamin C. Therefore, Rosel is a better option in providing immunity for our body and our immune system. Next. Now, balance in health is brought by nutrition. Let me remind you that if you get sick and your doctor will give you medicine, that's fine. That's just to control the symptoms. Medicines just control the symptoms, but they will not heal. Again, healing is brought by good nutrition. When you eat properly and when you take your supplements regularly, your body will recover fast and you will become stronger and you will have a better defense against disease. Medicine is just temporary, but nutrition is permanent. Therefore, nutrition is better than medicine. Next. So I think that is the last of my slide. And I would encourage you to take your DXN supplements because the strength of your immunity is your defense at present. Remember, we still do not have a vaccine for COVID. And the only way that you can avoid infection with COVID is to make your immune system strong. And the only way to keep your immune system strong is number one, eat properly, eat healthy. Number two, take clean water. Number three, exercise. Number four, have enough adequate rest. And number five, take your supplement. Take your supplements every day regularly.
All right. So very well explained by Dr. John. Thank you very much. So I think now we are clear. Actually,
Yeah.
to settle or to deal with this virus, is no vaccine. Just we can do is to
Uh-huh.
protect by strengthen our immune system. By
Immune
in the
system.
extent we have a lot of product, especially in Malaysia. But the most important
Yeah.
thing is the product is related with the immunity and also the lung function.
Yeah.
I think that is very good enough. And also we have a household product here, so we can use for
Mm-hmm.
the cleaning. It's a
Cleaning.
lot, a variety of products, so we can keep ourselves and our family safe with DSN.
Yeah.
Okay, okay,
Yeah.
doctor. So I think every day is a very busy day, right?
Uh-huh.
Especially in
Yes. Yes.
hospital.
Mm-hmm.
So in Malaysia also, the traffic in hospital is very very huge.
Mm-hmm.
So okay, so
Mm-hmm.
before I ask this question, for the attendees who wants to ask the question, please feel free to type your question in this question area. So after this, I will read your question and pass to doctor. Okay. So doctor, while waiting for our attendees question, can you just share this current situation in the hospital and actually what treatment they did in the hospital for those are suspect or patient of this COVID-19.
Okay. When we talk of the whole Philippines, currently in the whole Philippines, we have about 7,880. No, it's already 8,000 plus uh, of cases, positive COVID cases in the Philippines. That's the whole Philippines. And we have about 2,000 recovering patients. But if we talk about the island where I belong, as you have said, Bacolod City, which is in one of the island, the capital of one of the island, which is Negros Occidental, we only have about less than 100 cases. As of today, we only have about 84 cases. 84 cases. The population of this island is about 1.2 billion people. And of that 1.2 million people, there are about 84 only positive cases. So, and there are only 5 deaths, 5 dead people who died of COVID, 5. So, if you ask me, how well did we control? I think very well. Because number one is the compliance. When the government went into a lockdown, everybody obeyed. And everybody stayed in their houses. They stay home. Number two, people uh, were able to defend themselves by eating good nutrition. Now, in the hospital setting, what did we do to our patients? We have a lot of patients who have tested negative, and most of the patients who were positive have recovered because, again, we gave them nutrition. Number one was not medicine. We don't have medicine that has been tried and tested. There are people who say that use this medicine this one is good, this one is good. But we didn't try it because there is no trial to prove that it's really effective. But what we did is gave them uh, support to their immune system. So we gave them a lot of good nutrition, healthy food, a lot of vitamins to regain their strength and immune system. And then every day, we just kept on monitoring them, keeping them healthy. Warm water fermentation, because water therapy really helps them a lot. And that was what we saw that helped them to recover fast. Okay, so we don't have any medicines at all in the Philippines that could really, for now, help in fighting COVID-19.
All right.
Only nutrition.
It's good. I mean, is there the same practice to the whole Philippines? Or is this only in Bacolod
Yes.
City?
Well, I believe it's in the whole Philippines also. It is
Yeah.
being done in the whole Philippines. And in Bacolod, the thing that why we have only a few cases probably is because the people are obedient. They obey when the government said stay at home. They really stayed at home.
Yeah, it's good. It's good to follow government order. All right, doctor. We have one question here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. There is a viral video. Okay. That salt diluted in hot water and drink it can help a person infected by COVID-19. So, comment on this, doctor. Is it true or is it just a propaganda? Mhm.
Okay. Anything that will help is acceptable. At this point, I would like you to understand that anything that can help in relieving the symptoms of COVID-19 is acceptable. Okay? So, warm water, yes. Warm water is very good, especially if you have sore throat. Because, the virus likes to stay in the cold. So, if you have a sore throat, and if that sore throat is caused by COVID-19, and you drink cold beverage or cold water, then you're just trying to grow the virus. But warm water kills the virus. Okay? Warm water or hot drinks. That's right. We have hot kokoshi, hot coffee, hot cordyceps coffee, hot lemon tea, hot, what's the other one? Hot, the tea, spica tea. Hot spica tea will help because COVID cannot resist heat. It will die in hot drink and it will die in hot weather. That's why probably that's one reason why here in Asia we don't have a lot of cases of COVID, more than 10,000 cases or above 15,000 cases, is because our climate is a bit hot and tropical. So the virus cannot really thrive in a hot weather. And when in patients, as I've said in the hospital, when we put them in every day in a hot water bath, we keep in a hot water bath, they improve a lot because the virus is not happy when you put them in hot water or in hot temperature. So anything like uh, little salt in warm water and you gargle it or drink it when it is helpful, that's okay.
Okay, so meaning it's helpful. Uh,
Yes,
not not consider we can cure the virus, but it's helpful. All
not
right.
it's helpful.
Mm,
Yes,
okay. So meaning to say, the viral also is true, but it depends how you use it. The
yes,
salt, and also the warm
yes.
water also enough, doctor. Yeah. So you are advised to drink more warm water. Okay.
Yes, warm water rather than cold water.
Yeah. Okay. So you drink coffee, roselle. Here we have
Yes,
codipine, everything in warm water.
yes.
Okay, doctor. Before we proceed to the next question, as I mentioned to you, we have one lady. So he's good. She's willing to share with us because her husband is one of the frontliner. Like you, he's very busy in the hospital. But the way he protect himself from being affected is very, very good using the SM product. So uh, I think she be on the line already. So we will listen to sharing to around 5 minutes. Okay, Doctor.
Yes,
So
yes.
good morning, Dr. Yogis.
You can talk. Good morning, DXN.
Yes, you can
This is
talk now.
Yogesh.
How are you?
Hi. Good, fine.
Good,
Okay,
fine.
this is Yogesh. Thank you for the opportunity given today to share wonderful testimony of my husband, who is a frontliner in Malaysian health team.
Okay,
Before
please.
any words being, sorry?
Yes, continue. We're listening.
Okay. Okay. Before any words being shared, I would like to thank all the frontliners throughout the world. But you know what? Worry not if you're already on DXN supplement, because I witnessed the miracle of DXN. If you haven't started taking DXN supplement, take them today to stay healthy. So, sharing an inspiring testimony for everyone. My husband, working as an environmental health officer and being a front liner in COVID-19 activities, are highly risky, especially with a family at home. Throughout his journey in helping the medical team, he prepared himself with DXN products to boost his immune system by taking like mycovita, spirulina, cordyceps tablets, codipine, androgy, black cumin, roselle tablets, cordyceps coffees, all that. Besides all this, external prevention is also very important. He was on full PPE and was using DXN hand sanitizer during his duty. A simple scenario to share with everyone. He was assigned to lead teams in screening centers and isolation wards. Since he is in a mainstream, he works around the clock. He told me that some of his staff were having flu and were feeling very exhausted. So since he was worried, he consumed DXN products every day without fail. On 5th April, he received a message saying that one of his colleagues detected COVID positive. Again, he was told that another one of his second batch colleagues was confirmed positive. The whole unit was put to halt and asked to do screening the next day. The whole unit were also told to be quarantined at home. On 8th April, first swab taken, which was a nasal swab. The next day, the result was negative. And the second day, second swab, nasal and throat, just to reconfirm the earlier result. Then the second result also negative, and he back to work. In the period of 2 months stationed at hospitals and other risky places, he was standing firm without any condition. I was truly impressed and was very thankful to DXN products. Based on my personal view, I believe he built his immunity with a set of Ganoderma products. So this is how DXN did its magic to my husband. I don't have to worry as I believe DXN will keep him safe. Thank you everyone for your time. Stay happy, healthy, and safe with DXN.
Yeah. Very
Yes,
nice. Very nice.
thank you, madam. It's very good. So
Thank you.
I think this is very good testimony because the most
Yes.
risky person to this COVID-19 is of course the frontliner. Of course in hospital, of course in screening section. So I think DSN helped very well. So
Mhm.
how about the your family, doctor? Is there how they protect? Maybe they
Well,
mm,
here in the house, since because I'm a frontliner here in the house, we now all of us, four of us, stay in separate rooms. My wife is up in the second floor in our main room. My two children stay in their own room, and I am down here in my makeshift room because I have to stay away from them to ensure that they are protected. Because every Sundays and every Thursdays, I go to the hospital and see the patient because I am in charge of the laboratory department of our hospital. And the testing, COVID testing, the swabbing, nasal swab and throat swab are done in the laboratory under my supervision. So that's why I have to keep myself always um, protected and keep my family protected from distancing from them. I have my wife made uh, a comfort room for me, a separate bathroom and comfort room for me for the meantime, because I cannot use the bathroom that they are using because I come from hospital. I work, so every time I go home, I before I get into the house, I take a bath outside in that makeshift comfort room that my wife did for me. I I bath in warm water with 1% chlorine to make sure that the virus is killed, and then I that's the time that I can get it out into the house. And every day we practice even in our house social distancing.
oh
So as of now, as we are having this webinar, I'm at home, but I'm alone in my room, and they are all in their own rooms also upstairs of the house. So social distancing, and we take our supplements every day. As you can see at my back, these are the supplements that I have. So I take them every day. I take them seriously. I take them regularly. So my children and my wife the same. We always enjoy a hot lemon tea every afternoon, and we enjoy hot cocoa tea in the morning. So that's how we protect ourselves.
yeah, I think this is very good practice, not only for doctor or frontliner, everyone also to practice social distancing
Yes.
because we don't know where's the virus. Okay, so madam, your guest.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay. So your husband is working today?
yeah, he's working.
Yeah, it's very busy. So how's the practice at home? Mm.
We normally that same goes to how Dr. John was telling. I also have myself and my kids on daily DXN supplements. like RGGL, spirulina, all that. But I put, for my husband, I put it under heavy dosage, like mycovita, all that, just to
Yes.
protect him from this virus.
Right. Yes, correct.
Uh,
So I mean, all separated.
uh, I didn't do that, but when he was when his colleague diagnosed as for COVID, so he was quarantined at home in one room. Just we was waiting for the result actually. So once
Oh,
negative, we are back to normal.
back to normal, back to normal.
Yeah,
All right. So thank you, Madam Yogesh, for your
thank
great
you.
sharing.
Most
So
welcome.
hope you enjoy the SM product and keep promoting this way of life to help others protect themselves from COVID-19. So thank you for choosing the accent. Mm. Thank you, madam.
Thank you. Most welcome.
Mm. Please stay at home, stay safe, yeah.
Okay.
All right, thank you, thank you. Is you do you have any question to Dr. John? Madam, do you have any questions to Dr. John? Okay, I think that's for sharing. Thank you very much once again, madam. It's good to hear your testimony. All right, doctor, we'll come back to our discussion, and we move to the next question. As you mentioned, the person having a good, strong immune system is free to get infected with COVID-19, even though they will get mingle with people infected with COVID-19. So actually, what is the real practice should they beside having a good immune system, and what else to 100% defend themselves from COVID-19? Not only strong immune
First of
system.
all, okay. First of all, uh, there is no such a thing as 100% protection from COVID.
Mm,
Okay, there is not 100% protection from COVID. Anytime, if we are not prepared, we may be able to get COVID. Okay, but aside from having a strong immune system, so that we can fight the virus, the good practices are, of course, number one, washing of hands. Okay, that's why washing of hands is better than just rubbing with alcohol or disinfectant, because uh, the virus is a protein, and when you use soap and water, the protein is destroyed by the soap, and the virus is killed by the soap, and that we get rid of the virus when we wash with soap and water. So it's better to wash your hands with soap and water, especially when you are outside. When you go outside and you have touched a lot of things that you are not sure if those things, the COVID is staying in that things. So when you get home, or immediately if you find water and soap, you have to wash your hands after every touching everything that you are not sure if it's infected. Number two is the use of mask. I I really encourage the use of mask, because the mask will really not only protect you, but also will reduce the spread of the virus. A patient who is positive with COVID and is given a mask to wear, he will not spread the virus. The percentage that he will be able spread the virus would be less than 10%. But a person who is negative but does not wear a mask, okay? A person who is negative and does not wear a mask, he may be infected. The probability of him getting the infection is about 90%, very high. That's why we are advised to really wear our mask. So for us who are negative from the infection, that is for our own protection. And for those who are tested positive, you are told to wear a mask so that you cannot spread the virus. So everybody has to wear a mask. Social distancing is very good. It's a good practice. So when you're allowed to go out, there are times when we are allowed to go for our shopping, go for our grocery, or buying for our food. We should keep a good distance. Some say 6 feet, but for me, 3 feet is okay. 3 feet is okay. But if you can do it 6 feet, that's okay. 3 feet is still okay. As long as there is distance, proper distancing, there is no direct contact. When we say direct contact, that's like hugging, when you hug each other, or when you kiss each other, or when you shake hands, that's a direct contact. When you do direct contact, then the probability of getting infected becomes very high. That's why we have to avoid contact, direct contact. Okay?
All right. So this is some practice that is being advised by Ministry of Health also. So no one, I think no point is we have a good or strong immune, but we neglect to follow this practice. So the virus maybe will infect us. Okay, doctor. So those person who is cured from this COVID-19, so is there any chances to be reinfected?
As far as there is no vaccine, the chances are they will be infected. Okay? Now, again, the vaccine is there to help us produce antibodies or protection against the virus infection. But in the absence of a good vaccine and the immune system is not able to produce a good antibody to fight the virus, the possibility is we will get infected still. It's just like, only compare it, is just like having a flu. You see, even if people are vaccinated with flu, there are times that if we neglect to take care of our immune system by not eating properly and by not taking your food supplement, then you easily get flu again. But look, when you take you eat good food, rich in vitamins, and you take also supplements, which is good in micronutrients, rich in micronutrients that supply you, you are well protected. And the likelihood, the incidence of getting infected goes low, is lower. So again, with the question, if you can be reinfected, yes, you can be reinfected if you are not careful and you don't take care of your body properly.
So meaning to say, for the discharge person from this COVID-19, so it means the virus is not clear 100%, right? In this body.
Not 100%. Yes, not 100%.
So still can be infected again.
Yes.
So okay. All right. So doctor, okay, attendees, is there any question you would like to ask doctor? You can do so. You can type your question in this question area. Okay. So no problem. Doctor is still here with us to answer anything, although with the immune system, good practice, anything, tips for a healthy life, everything. Okay, Dr. can advise us. All right, so it's also it's good with that we clear how the SM product can help to boost our immune system to protect ourselves and our family from COVID-19. Okay, doctor. So as also we know, China has started this virus, right? So is there vaccine also come from China in plan?
As as I said earlier, um, as of now, there is
Mm,
no vaccine available yet. Now, China and India and the USA, the three, China, India, and USA, are having a race. They're racing who can produce the first vaccine. But as of now, there are no vaccines yet, and I would say that if we get a very good vaccine for COVID-19, it will take maybe some years, if not 1 year, maybe 5 years. You see, when you make a vaccine, you have to go through clinical trials. And there are three phases in the clinical trial: phase one, phase two, and phase three. And they take a long time because phase one is just tested with animals. And after that, it goes to phase two. It tests on few people. And if it is good in few people, it tests in phase three, where it is tested in many more people. And if it is successful, that's the only time that is released in the public in the whole world. So testing will not take only months. It takes a few years to make sure that the vaccine really works. So if you would ask me if how soon the vaccine will be available, I tell you it will not be soon enough. That's why for now that the vaccine is not still available, I would emphasize much that the only way to keep our body strong and we can avoid being infected by COVID is to take our supplements, good clinical hygiene, physical hygiene, wash hands, uh, take a bath daily, and take your supplement. We know that in food, even how healthy your food you eat, sometimes it lacks nutrients. And where will you get the nutrients? It's from the supplement. By the word itself, supplement. Why do we have supplements? Because we know that not all of the food we eat every day will give us complete nutrition. And only complete nutrition can give us a better chance of fighting the disease, including COVID-19.
yes, it's totally correct. Maybe sounds like the bad news for other people, to the world, but actually this is good news for the SM. Okay, for the SM
Yes.
members to keep promoting the SM product to the people.
Uh-huh.
So keep promoting. This is a good time. Okay, because no vaccine,
Yes.
so no choice. They have to boost their immune system. Okay.
Yes.
All right. You still can ask any question to the doctor by typing your question in the question area. So I think most of our attendees is the SM members. So most of them are already practice the good supplement
Uh-huh.
taking every day, because here in Malaysia also we keep promoting boost your immune system every day, every night. Okay, because this is only way. We believe this is the only way for now to protect ourselves. Also, we also promoting our household. to keep our house clean, and also ourselves use our body foam, shampoo, everything to keep
So,
promoting as a 100% good consumer of DSN, a 100% smart consumer. Okay, so this is a way of life that we promote in DXN now. Okay, doctor. Before we go to the next question, okay, so are you practicing these DSM products, right, to your customer or client or patient? So how you consult them to consume this product, or how you consult them?
we, we always tell them that what is more important, as I have shown you in the presentation, that nutrition is more important than the medicine. I can give them the medicine, and when they give the medicine, the symptoms go away. But after a few hours, the symptom will come back. Because actually, why do the symptoms come back? It's because the symptoms only are blocked by medicine. The medicines only block the symptoms for a short while, but the disease will remain. Now, when you feed your body with nutrition and nutritional supplement, you are trying to help your body regain its strength and energy. When the body tries to regain its health, it heals itself. The immune system has a capacity to heal itself. And where you have a self-healing process inside your body, you are more healthy and you are able to fight any disease. So for me, still, the most important thing is I tell my patients, medicine is good for a time, not for a lifetime, but only for a short time. But when you feel better, you have to be eating your food well and take your supplement. That's the only way that you will not get the disease again. I have a lot of, especially cancer patients, no? Cancer patients who have got well because of taking DXN supplement.
Okay, so of course, this is also it's, it's good because doctor said doctor consult his patient. Okay, so I mean the word is very valuable. All right. So is there any testimony of your patient, doctor, on this
Yes,
COVID-19?
for COVID-19, I still don't have a patient who had COVID-19. And I don't
Mm.
want to have a patient who is positive for COVID-19. Yeah. So I'm thankful that all of my patients and all of my downlines under me, they don't have, not one of them have COVID-19. Because I always tell them, always take your supplements regularly.
Correct. Okay. Okay. So we have one question here. Okay. Do you find your result testing gritty? Gritty, Gritty. I know it does not dissolve, but when I add to my shake, it feel like a bit of sand in my drink. Without roselle, it tastes smooth. So I think this is
Uh-huh.
about the roselle taste and texture.
Mm-hmm. The
Uh,
Roselle juice.
any comment on the roselle taste in texture of the roselle?
Well, the Roselle that we have been using in our Roselle juice is the Hibiscus sabdarifa that is from Thailand. The flower variety is a hibiscus from Thailand, and that type of hibiscus is sweet. It's not the bitter
Mm,
one. We have
yeah,
also
correct.
a hibiscus here or Roselle in the Philippines, but the type of Roselle here in the Philippines is a bitter one. But the one that
Mm,
we use in DXL is not the bitter one. It's better. It's a sweet kind of Roselle, and it's good. Now again, um, I don't. I like it most of my patients don't have a complaint about taking Rosel. Even children, I have young children as young as 1 year old. When they are given Rosel juice, they don't complain. They find it good. And again, I encourage Rosel because we need lots of vitamin C. And as I've said, when we talk of vitamin C in DXN, we don't have only one type of vitamin C. A lot of other supplements will say, we have ascorbic acid, we have sodium ascorbate. But for Rosel, as I've shown you earlier, it has 5 varieties of vitamin C. Malic acid, tartaric acid, citric acid, hydroxycitric acid, and ascorbic acid all together in one juice, Rosel juice. Therefore, when you talk of high or rich vitamin C product, Rosel is the one with the richest vitamin C product. Pardon, I can't hear you. Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah. Because in Malaysia
Okay,
also
there, there.
we love very much the Rosel juice, and also Rosel. Here we have Rosel powder, we have a Rosel tablet, and we have a Rosel
Mhm.
juice. All variety of Rosel. It's very good for our health. Okay. All right. Because in Philippines, you have a Rosel tablet, right?
Yes, we have Rosel tablet in the Philippines.
But powder is not there, right? Powder.
No, we don't have powder. We have only
Mm,
juice and tablet.
okay. All right. So I think the texture is for us is of course because the powder is cannot be dilute 100% in the water, but it's
Yeah. Mhm.
but the best way is you can take is of course roselle juice mix with all
Juice.
this kind of roselle and drink. Is to
Yeah.
cover the taste because the powder taste is not sweet like the juice. Uh,
Mhm.
all right. Any more question? Okay. Doctor, one more question from the attendees. Can you explain more ascorbic acid in the market versus Roselle? Just re-explain.
Okay.
Just now, any products compared to the
Okay.
SN.
As I'll repeat again, when you
Mm,
go to the market and to the pharmacies, okay, you can see that they are promoting ascorbic acid or sodium ascorbate for vitamin C. Now, that's good. That's vitamin C. That's needed by the body. But you know the advantage of Rosel is that Rosel has more varieties, more kinds of vitamin C. Rosel, this is according to the American Heart Association. That's why in the America, they also take Rosel tea or the hibiscus tea, if you heard that. Because hibiscus tea is rich in vitamin C. And when we say rich in vitamin C, we don't say rich in ascorbic acid only, but rich in a lot of variety. Especially in Rosel, we have five varieties of vitamin C. Tartaric acid, that's a vitamin C that you see in apple. Hydroxycitric acid, that's a vitamin C that you will see in avocados. You have citric acid, the one that you see in oranges. It's still a type of vitamin C, but it's found in oranges. You have malic acid. Malic acid is the one that you see in grapes. It's a vitamin C that is found in grapes. And of course, ascorbic acid, which is commonly found in all other fruits and varieties of fruit. Now, if you take if you want to take all of these kinds of vitamin C, therefore you have to eat one apple, a bunch of grapes, some avocados, and some other fruits, okay, like oranges. But when you take Rosel, you receive all of these 5 vitamin C's in Rosel, only in Rosel. They're all one in Rosel. So instead of eating other fruits, you just drink 1 teaspoon of Rosel and you get these 5 varieties of vitamin C.
Oh, okay. So 5 in 1.
Yes,
So it's complete
yes,
combination. So only you can find in Roselle. So that's why our
yes.
Roselle is very special as compared to the any
That's why we
comic.
say,
Uh,
yeah, that's why we say Rosel is rich in vitamin C. When we say
mm,
rich in vitamin C, it means we have 5 varieties of vitamin C in one product.
yes. Okay. Okay. Very good, Doctor. Thank you for the explanation. All right. So we move to the next question. Okay, ini scope of a doctor. Okay, asking about are they all a supplement available in the pharmacy synthetic?
Well, not all medicines or not all supplements in the pharmacies are synthetic. There are also organic. Yes, there are also organic food supplements that are seen in the pharmacy. Now, I'm talking of the Philippines. In the Philippines, the pharmaceuticals, the Bureau of Food and Drugs have allowed some uh, organic supplements to be sold in the pharmacies here in the Philippines. But of all that I have tested at least 5 of these products. But of the 11 years that I've been doing alternative medicine, I found that DXN is still the best when it provides to supplements to people. So because I have been to other companies, I have tried other companies, and even myself, my personal experience with using DXN, I can say it's better compared to other food supplements. And it's good that it's not in the pharmacy. DXN is not in the pharmacies because if DXN were put in the pharmacy, then we will have no business
Yes.
and we can have no points and we cannot become part of the DXN business. But it's good that Dr. Lim has given us the chance to be the one to distribute the products and not the pharmacy.
Okay, it's good because this is an opportunity okay,
Yes.
to the world. Okay, all right. So we move to the next question, Doctor. All right, as you mentioned earlier, okay, Malaysia and Philippines is very good in control this COVID-19. So also in recoveries. So what do you think the reason behind this good recovery?
Well, number one probably is because people are in the Asian countries. As you have seen, uh, people in the Asian countries are obedient, and people in the Asian countries know how to practice uh, good social distancing and good physical and hygiene. That's why I believe that it is controlled. Number two probably is because of the of our orientation. You see, we are in a tropical area where the climate is a bit hot, and as I've said, the virus cannot really survive in hot areas or very hot areas.
Okay, so it's mean maybe we can relate to the culture, right? Because it's
Yes,
Asian,
also in culture.
we also
Because
think.
here in the Philippines, also I believe also in Malaysia, like if we use hygiene, we don't use toilet paper so much, but we wash with water and soap.
Mm, yes,
Yes.
correct. Okay. So, is there any question from the attendees? Uh, mm, Let me see. Any more question for you, Doctor? I think that's all the question from the attendees. Okay, all right. Today we have more or less around 40 plus attendees, not including your Philippines Facebook live,
Uh-huh.
right?
Yes.
Okay. So I think uh, we can get more clear about COVID-19 and how to protect, because as Doctor mentioned, it's no choice. We have to protect
Mm-hmm.
ourselves. It's no
Mm-hmm.
vaccine. It's
That's
no
true.
medicine. Yeah. So no choice. As the exam members, this is a good opportunity, Doctor, to promote our product
Yes.
as a product to boost immune system. Okay, I think before we conclude our webinar today, of course, now is a very serious global pandemic. Okay, as we see, US is getting very high, the number one ranking, not in MLM, but in uh, COVID-19 outbreak. Is something is not good for the countries. Okay, and that's why they are very hard to to create the vaccine. Okay, so is there any SOP or procedure, extra procedure? Like in Malaysia now, we are in phase 4 of this semi-lockdown MCO. So how about the in Philippines? The current situation of the lockdown, maybe it's open soon.
Well, for now, the government, the National Capital Region, which
Mm,
is the in Manila, the Metro Manila, the President Duterte, has extended the enhanced community quarantine, which is equivalent probably to a lockdown, until May 15. As we have observed in our side as medical doctors in the government service, we have seen that the effect of this lockdown is very positive, it's very good, because it has brought down the curve. It has really flattened the curve when we say it. It has brought down the cases, and as expected, we did not go beyond the mark about 10,000 to 15,000 cases and more deaths, because probably uh, of the good implementation of the enhanced community quarantine. There are some areas now in the Philippines, including our island, who is now in the general community quarantine. So when we say general community quarantine, at least we have a little freedom now. There are a little some business, not all business are open, but some business are allowed to open, and some transportation, not all transportation, but some transportation are open, provided that they do a what we call social distancing, and also they wear a mask. So nobody is allowed to go out of their homes without a mask. Regardless if you are healthy or if you are sick, you must wear a mask. And third is still the getting together in public, the gathering together in public is still not allowed, and that's good. And one thing is that this government has done quite impressive in the Philippines, the whole Philippines, is what we call the social amelioration package. That's the government is giving money for food for the people, so they don't need to go out. And for those who have not worked because of the lockdown, they're able to buy food for themselves because of the social amelioration package. But still, it's still ongoing and it's not finished yet. And we are still fighting the situation, the COVID situation. And as long as we obey the government and we follow government regulations as well there in Malaysia with you, then we will all be all right. We will all be fine. We will be getting well with this.
Yes, of course. As a government, what they want is uh, safe for each citizen. All right. Okay, doctor. Okay. So last word from you, doctor, to wrap up our special webinar today. So last word from you, doctor. Any advice for those who are still not really understand what should they do and to protect themselves?
Okay. Again, I would like to repeat that the only way you can secure your health or to keep your health is by protecting and strengthening your immune system. Again, I would overemphasize the fact that there is still no vaccine and there is no cure for COVID-19. Everything that you will see in Facebook, in social media, and even in the news promoting about certain types of cure are not sure. They are not sure cure. They are not effective, 100% effective. And the only way actually that we can keep our body strong and the chances that we give our body that we cannot get sick of COVID-19 is to protect ourselves by eating the right kind of food, taking appropriate sleep at night, uh, uh, practicing good hygiene, taking a bath, hand washing, putting on a mask when going out in the public, getting some sunlight in your yard, even if you cannot go out on the street, in your own backyard. Take at least a 20-minute exposure to sunlight. It will give you a lot of vitamin D, which is good also to fight COVID. And of course, aside from eating healthy food, take your DXN supplement. Because only in keeping your immune system strong will you be able to have a good chance to have prevent COVID-19 infection.
All right. So I think it's very clear. Okay, the message from Dr. John. Once again, representative from Malaysia. We have. I would like to thanks again for your the doctor for your time and your knowledge
Thank you
to
as
share.
well.
Yes, and of course your experience combining DSM products and practicing this to your patient. Thank you so much. So also to all the attendees, thank you very much. Those who are asking the question, hope we can fulfill your question and answer. All right. So once again, please feel free to join all our webinar. Okay. So this month we're still in MCO, movement control order. Our MCO also extended until 12 May, and this month is very important for us, especially in the ASEAN, to keep promoting. The ASEAN is a way of life. Can protect ourselves and also people surrounding us. All right, once again, thank you, doctor. So
Thank you as
hope to
well.
see you again. Okay.
Yes, my
All right.
pleasure to
So,
be of service.
yeah. Okay. Very nice to meet you, doctor. Okay, all the attendees, all the SM members, thank you very much. So please, this video will be uploaded to the SM Malaysia Facebook tomorrow. Okay, and then keep promoting our webinar and as a way of education for this time. And we have to keep update and keep boost our immune system. All right. So thank you once again. Stay at home, stay safe, and of course, stay healthy with DSM. Together, we can stop the COVID-19. Thank you very much, and bye-bye.
Thank you very
Good
much.
morning, DSM.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Good morning,
Dadah.
DXN.
Kung nagustuhan mo ang video na ito, huwag mo kalimutan i-like and i-share. Nakikita po tayo sa YouTube, sa Instagram, at sa Facebook page. Thank you.